Welcome all of you in online teaching learning process. We have started paper number 4 from semester 2nd and name of the paper is Analytical Chemistry, from which we have started unit number 1st, Introduction to Analytical Chemistry. And in our last video we have seen details about the methods of analysis, and in this video we will see sampling of solids, liquids and gases. So what is sampling? Sampling is the process of obtaining a representative sample from the bulk sample. We cannot analyze the whole things because to analyze the whole sample, which is a time consuming, so we can extract one small portion and we can analyze that material, and that process is called as sampling. A sample is the representative of the whole bulk material. Its composition should closely reflect the composition of the bulk. Critical step in analysis, as the significance and accuracy depends on sampling. So when we take small portion from the bulk material and analyze that material, which represents significance and accuracy of the analysis. Sample can be solid, liquid or gas, or maybe heterogeneous material or homogeneous material. Homogeneous sample means a graph sample is often okay one. Graph sample means which are used in clinical labs, or gross samples such as blood and urine can be analyzed directly as it is a homogeneous one. And in case of heterogeneous we can take several individual samples from different parts. For example, analyzing average protein content of grains, shipment of grains, one has to collect little grain from each bag during loading or unloading using a sampling sphere and combine to obtain a gross sample. So in case of heterogeneous sample, for analysis purpose we can collect minimum 10 or maximum 100 samples collectively, and after mixing them homogeneously we can analyze it. So in the case of analysis or sampling, bulk of the material from which we can collect gross sample in case of gram or kg. For laboratory sample, the quantity of the material is in gram, and for analysis in the laboratory we can use drop, few milligram or few ml. So in the case of sampling of solids, solid samples are often the most difficult to sample because it is inhomogeneous in nature, variation of particle size available, or variation within particles within themselves. So solids are usually heterogeneous materials and samples must be collected carefully. Solids come in variety of forms, each of which is sampled differently. So large particles of ores, sometimes smaller particles, sheet materials available, or tissue samples are also available. So in the case of sampling, sampling is the process of extracting a small portion of the material from its large quantity, which truly represents the composition of the whole material. The purpose of analysis is to determine the composition or quality of the material. Sampling is one of the steps involved in analysis. It is necessary to adopt adequate sampling methods or procedures to know the validity of analytical results, and these methods can be classified into three groups. First one, those in which the whole material is studied, which is very time consuming process, which is impossible. Casual sampling as an ad hoc basis, which is also not good method. Then methods in which portions of the materials are selected on the basis of statistical probability. So this is the accurate method in which we can collect 10 to 15 or near about 100 samples from different parts by using statistical probability, and we can collect by combining collectively, we can analyze it. Then in the case of sampling of gases, sampling devices for gases are usually made from glass and are fitted with stopcocks at both the ends. Then contamination from previous samples are removed by flushing of the container with the gas to be sampled. So cleaning of the glass material or for sampling devices is very necessary for sampling of the gas. Difficulty may arise during sampling of gases if precautions are not taken to clear valves, taps and connecting lines of any other gas. Maybe few problems arises over homogeneity of gas mixtures when the storage vessel is subjected to temperature or pressure variations. If there is a variation in temperature and pressure at the room temperature and pressure conditions, then homogeneous mixtures will not be formed. Then the gaseous component should not react with the sampling and analytical devices. The care should be taken that the gas component may not react with any of the sampling glass materials. In the case of sampling of liquids, in most of the cases stirring or mixing is sufficient to ensure homogeneity of liquids. Pure and homogeneous liquid may be sampled by using any sampling device which does not destroy the purity or homogeneity of the liquid. So sampling of liquid is very easy. By simply stirring we can get homogeneous mixture. Sampling of heterogeneous liquid mixtures depend on whether the mixture is a suspension particles, emulsion particle or mixture of immiscible liquids or liquid containing solid residue. Additional complication may be introduced if the liquid mixture is unstable or contains volatile components. Then care should be taken to analyze that type of materials. And lastly, in the case of sampling of solids, real difficulties over homogeneity arises in case of solids because we cannot get homogeneous solid mixtures directly. Even materials that superficially appears to be homogeneous may have some impurities, and there is a variation in their composition. In case of bulky and heterogeneous material, sampling must be carried out carefully. So in the case of solids, particle size is important factor because composition of particles of different sizes may vary. So large samples from the bulk are converted into small and suitable size particles according to the following scheme. First, the sample is first reduced to uniform particle size, and second one, then mass of that sample is reduced. So uniform particle size is obtained by putting the sample through crushers machine or mills or mortars and pulverizers. Actual sampling of a large mass may be done either by manual process or by mechanical machine process. So the main principle of the sampling of material in the bulk is to select a large number of portions in a systematic manner from different parts of the bulk and then to combine them collectively. So for example, in the analysis or in the mining of bauxite ore, different parts, near about 10 to 100 samples are collected from different parts and they are collected together. Then after grinding they will be make smooth, and that particles are analyzed in laboratory. And after, if we getting the content of aluminum in that bauxite ore, then government will start mining in that area. So mechanical methods exist for dividing particulate material into suitably sized samples. By using mechanical machines we can grind large particles into smaller particles. So sampling of also metals and alloys may be carried out within these techniques. So all the materials from the holes is collected, mixed, and sample of suitable size is obtained. If the material is hard one, then it is first broken into small pieces by hammering, and by also mechanical mortars are available to grind that materials. So in case of solids, that is heterogeneous materials which are collected from different parts, and they are grinded by machines, and after grinding homogeneous mixture will be formed. We can check the content of that material. So this is about the sampling of solids, liquids and gases. So thank you all of you for listening this video.